Hello again everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We are back here in Redcliffe. I saw it was Felix who gave us that invitation to the Chancery. Right, okay, so we probably should go and do that. We also have an mission here which, yes, just someone named Tanner is doing business with the Templars, right. So let's go and confront Tanner first, and then we'll go to the Chantry and meet with Felix. I don't know why he wants to meet us. It's very suspicious, but we may as well investigate it. I have enough belief in our people to Hello.
I didn't think you'd still be here. Were you really looking to ally with us?
Yes, mages should be free.
I want this war to end without sending you back to the circle.
Cassandra's not happy about this.
To be away, right? We're not what they think. All blood mages and abominations.
No, obviously
We
not.
just want to be normal. Have families. Use our magic to help grow crops or something. We never wanted war. What choice did we have? Stay and be slaves?
Sometimes to achieve the world one desires, one must take regrettable measures.
I hope you can do something. Tying ourselves to Tevinter. That can't be the right way to end this.
You seem young to be part of this.
I'm Lisas. I came into my magic when I was 9 years old. Templars came into the alienage and took me to the circle. They didn't even let me say goodbye. It's not right. I studied hard. I passed my harrowing. I sing the chant. But I'll be locked up for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's not right, to be fair.
You don't approve of the Grand Enchanter's decision.
I was there when we voted to leave the circle. She really seemed to care what we wanted. She was ready to rebel, but she wasn't going to unless it was the will of all mages. It's hard to believe she'd go behind our backs and sell us to the Magisters.
How long has Magister Alexius been here?
A day or two after. After the Conclave, he arrived. Come to save us from the wrath of the Templars, they said. But this doesn't feel like safety.
You're telling me
Take care of yourself.
something is not right.
Something strange going on.
Yeah, you're telling me.
The Enchanter would swear to a Magister.
It's the fact that Fiona apparently, or someone looks exactly like Fiona, came to Val Royeaux, invited us here to meet them. Then Fiona, like, denied all knowledge of coming to Val Royeaux. And now we find out the Realm Mages have allied themselves with Tevinter, who they should have absolutely no business allying themselves with as well. That's something to bear in mind. It's not right. It really is not right at all. Right, person here we can speak to. Ravine Mother Eglantine, hello.
They say Andraste sent you to save the world. If it'll help save lives and bring peace, I'll be the first to believe.
I'll do my best,
I'm
yeah.
trying. I hope I don't disappoint.
I hope so too.
Are you working for the Mage Rebellion?
Mages are children of the Maker, no less than the rest of us. They struggle no less with questions of faith.
Does that mean you support their freedom?
Given a choice between the circle and death, most mages willingly gave up some small freedoms for safety. But the pendulum swings, and now it seems any restraint is too much. I think they should have a chance to prove they deserve freedom.
I agree with you.
I don't see any other priests in the village. Where is everybody?
The Magister had the others escorted out for their own safety, but I refused. He can throw me out if he wants. Until then, I tend to my flock.
What are your feelings on the mages working with Tevinter?
The Emporium burned Andraste. Since then, we have led 4 exalted marches against them. Yet in all those marches, they still acknowledged the Maker. Now I speak of him and the Magisters laugh. Something has happened, and I dread to learn what.
I will leave you to your duties.
Make a speed.
Something is certainly not right. And I've no doubt we will eventually find out. Tanner's a woman. So I'll speak to her first. Then I'll try and get that sack, whatever's in it.
I am Sister Tanner. May I help you?
Are you a Chantry sister?
A lay sister only. I work here to help the poor and extend the Maker's kindness to those who need it. It is very busy work, especially in these times, but let me know if I can ever help you.
I found the letter you sent a Templar named Corin.
What? Shit.
No.
You can't prove anything. A letter from a rogue Templar. Nobody is going to care. So, what do you intend to do?
That's Cassandra.
Let's see. Impersonating a sister, smuggling, dishonoring Chantry robes. I can think of more if you like. Or you could put your skills to use for the Inquisition.
And you'd keep quiet? Nobody else has to know?
That will depend on how honest your efforts are on our behalf.
All right, I'm in. Seems like the Inquisition is the safer bet these days.
There we go. Well, at least some good came out of her wrongdoings. Anything that makes the Inquisition stronger, I suppose. Has that sack vanished now? Yeah, it's vanished. Yeah, that's an odd one. Oh no, it's back. What the hell? I don't even know. Is there anything off on here, actually?
I look forward to helping the Inquisition. As per our...
Oh god, there's a worrying drop there. I don't think I can get up there, can I? Not from this side, anyway. Oh well. It's not important. Let's just head into the Chantry and see what Felix wants. Obviously, we'll have to be on our guard, though, because something, again, is very much amiss with this whole thing. The Templar Order, end of an accord. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, this entire thing is just wrong. Like, for me, Alexius is being too pally with everybody. Considering he's openly been pointed out to be someone who is not a fan of people who can't use magic. And given how Tevinter is as a place in general, I don't think it's right that Fiona has decided to ally with him and Tevinter. Especially given the whole thing, like I said before, again, she went to Val Royeaux. We saw her in Val Royeaux, but the minute we come and we ask her about it, she denies or nods, saying she'd never been there. So either she's denying it to protect herself, or someone was posing as her, potentially. I don't know. It could be a thing. Maybe she snuck out of Redcliffe to try and get a message to us, to try and get us to come and help them, free them from these Tevinter people, who appear to have just completely taken control. I don't know. I'm really not certain. Whoa!
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
Who the hell is this guy? And why is there a fade rift in the middle of the Chantry? I mean, I've seen rifts appear in some strange places. But to literally pop up in the middle of a Chantry it feels like a new one on me, you know? Let's try this rift one more time. I should finish them off. And close the rift entirely. Right. That's a relief. Now, who the hell are you? Exactly.
Fascinating. How does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
How do you do,
Another
sir?
Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Oh, he's also
Suspicious
to
friends
Vincent,
you
right.
have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Okay. That's Felix, yeah.
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Okay. Something wrong with Felix, yeah.
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
Right.
Are you a Magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
Fair enough. Yeah, why help us?
You're betraying your mentor because...
Alexius was my mentor, meaning he's not any longer, not for some time. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
Sorry? That sounds bad,
I
yeah.
hope that's less dangerous than it sounds.
More. That is fascinating if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
He
The
distorted
rift you
time.
closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself? Sped some things up and slowed others down?
Yeah,
Soon,
we have seen that
there
before,
will be
actually.
more like it. And they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
You're asking me to take a lot on faith.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Oh, hello, Felix.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. Father's joined a cult, Tevinter supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Okay.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Yeah,
Why would he
we don't
rearrange
need
time and
that
endanger
many
the
holes,
Mage
come on.
Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
Well, they could be. Potentially. Probably not, though. I have some weird inkling which says that they're not. I don't know what it is. How do we stop him?
Do you have any suggestions?
You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
Oh, thank you very much, Dorian.
Than dying, Dorian.
Ooh. Fair point. Well, I admit after that I was kind of expecting Dorian to come with us as a potential ally, or a companion, but apparently not. Let's get all this stuff looted anyway. We can level up the rest of our party, which is good. Range defense, not that good. Unless everybody in our party is wearing a belt, aren't they? Yeah, what's Solus got? Focus gain and magic defense. I'll leave them, I think. What's this on the desk? Codex unlocked, Circle of Magi. We've probably got a few codexes we actually need to look at, don't we? Characters. Dorian Parvis. Only child and heir presumptive to the senatorial seat of Magister Halwood Parvis, Dorian comes from a prestigious line of mages. Prominent in the coastal defense city of Carinus since the late Exalted Age, at that time the Imperium was recovering from a failed Exalted March in the Fourth Blight. Gideon Parvis arose as a voice of reason within the Magisterium. His block of allies convinced the Imperium not to descend upon the weakened south, to extend a hand of reconciliation to those who had once sought their destruction. That House Parvis remained standing even after Master Gideon was tried for treason is a testament to the power he built, and as Dorian himself would claim, an excellent example of how internecine politics in Tevinter can bring low even the brightest star. A lesson, he says, one should never forget. Magister Garion Alexius. This guy. Lords and ladies of the Magisterium, before we vote on the budget for this latest measure against the Qunari, I would ask that we take a moment to consider the state of our institutions of higher learning. The Circle of Minrathis is more than 10,000 years old. Darinius the Dreamer himself was born within these walls. It continues to be a source of wisdom and guidance for the best and brightest of the Imperium's youth, yet it falls into disrepair. Magister Aurelius has made a case several times for increased funding to the circles, and as yet her appeals have gone unanswered. Magister Viren has spoken at length on the threat of the Oxmen in the north, a tide of brutality that we alone hold back. Let me add this. How shall we defeat the Qunari? How have we held back their advance all these long years without support from the other nations of Thedas? You know the answer. Magic. It is our magic that holds the beast at bay, and through the ingenuity of our magic we will drive them from our shores forever. My friends and colleagues, this is the battle we prepare our apprentices, sons and daughters to face. They need the resources to discover new magic, new techniques that can lend us an advantage in the endless war. They cannot do this while roofs crumble over their heads. Repair the circles, let the Imperium's future be more than slow decline to the marching steps of legions. An address by Magister Alexius to the Magisterium taken from the official minutes in the 939 Dragon. Groups. Circle of Magi. The Circle of Magi was established centuries ago to protect us and to protect those without magic from the things we might do. No man in his right mind will disagree that these are noble goals. I refuse to believe that the Chantry intended the injustice and oppression we suffered in the intervening years. Segregation of mages from non-mages within Templar Guard compounds was the best, possibly the only option available. We have recently had to face the stark reality that the system failed us. The Circle of Magi in Ferelden's Kinloch Hold was one of the most liberally run, and even there we saw sedition and dissent, resulting in a failed revolt that nearly destroyed the entire tower. Perhaps stringency could work where leniency failed. I would present Kirkwall's gallows as evidence against such thinking. Knight Commander Meredith's vice grip on the Circle in her care backfired, leaving us where we are now. You're telling me. If the circles, no matter how they are managed, do not, perhaps cannot function as intended, what is next? There are no easy answers. The events of recent years have forced me to re-examine my views on freedom. As Equitarians, we have always advocated self-control and cooperation with the Chantry, but this approach may no longer serve. I must consider that our libertarian brothers and sisters had the rights of it all along. Look at the strife and chaos that now consumes our world. Fighting for independence for a better system may not improve our situation, but it cannot make it any worse. Letter from Senior Enchanter Vorman Queen of Cumberland to a colleague, dated 939 Dragon. Oh, there's another group somewhere we haven't actually looked at. Where are they? Am I going blind? Oh, it's there. The Venatori. This would be interesting to read. This Tevinter supremacist group. I know what you've been telling the others. You mouth the word cult and repeat lies the Chantry has been spewing at us for 1,000 years. Look around you, my friend. See what mighty Tevinter is today, a once proud nation brought low, barely able to hold itself against the Oxmen. We neutered our mages at the behest of a foreign religion exalted their false maker, and became the laughingstock of all Thedas. Now we have the chance to reclaim what is rightly ours, but only if we act. We cannot wait to see which way the wind is blowing. We must make it blow. The Venatori are hunters, recruited in secret over several years. We will descend with deadly purpose to spill the blood of the south and make it ripe for conquest. When we return to our homeland, it will be as victors, with a new god as our patron, and the cowards who refuse to aid us will know their mistake in full. Reported as evidence that to the Varantium Circle and Magi Dragon 940. So they're an extremist group, obviously obsessed with the idea of making Tevinter all powerful and dangerous magic using again, clearly. Right. What do we want to give old Varric over here? Sure, to be honest. Any more archery skills? He's got most of the archery skills, hasn't he? We'll give him that. Cassandra. What do I want to give her? I swear there's something we were working towards with Cassandra, but I can't remember what it was. Putting words, that's quite good. Give her that, and Solus. What should we give him? Should we upgrade his elemental or his spirit skills? Yeah, give him Mind Blast. Right. Okay. So we need to return to the war table now, apparently. Anything else in here that we're missing? Oh, yes. The troubles of a Chantry scholar. As students of culture, it is important to always recognize your biases. I wear my Chantry perspective openly, for if my readers do not understand the lens through which I view the world, they cannot account for how these biases may colour my writing. It's very honest of you. Gathering accurate information is challenging in a place as vast and fragmented as Thedas. One man may go on at length about lurid dealings with a king and then refuse to provide his name or some proof of the account. Other sources may conflict wildly. Fixing travel to some of the more remote areas of the continent is nothing compared to the difficulty I've had finding contacts I can trust. I cannot tell you how many times reputable people have tried to deceive me, sometimes for personal notoriety, more often the interest of a pet cause. Just while the Qunari, Dalish and Tevinter contacts are especially scarce, I prize those I've kept friendly. Often it is I who must earn their trust. Text too can be unreliable. From extensive readings I have determined that Andraste was a Ferelden or Legion and was born in every town from here to Hosberg. What little remains of elven history has been told and retold, shifted and skewed, until the tales are unrecognisable. I have particular respect for the dwarves, for there is no other people so obsessed with recording an accurate and complete history. If only the Shapers were as open as the skies they fear. If I can be honest, the long reign of the Chantry has made the recording of reality at times a trial. Most common histories have been rewritten through the filter of my religion. Everything has meaning as it pertains to the Maker, and while this is unavoidable, it sometimes leads to conflicts between what is officially taught by the Chantry and what I have seen with my own eyes. While my belief in the Maker is absolute, only a fool would ignore the lessons to be learned from other societies and religions. Take the Fade. Was it the kingdom of the Maker, as common knowledge dictates, or the realm of the Tevinter old gods? Few people would contest its existence, but beyond that there is little agreement among scholars. Though there are many who would disagree with me, I have come to believe nothing is for certain. I've met too many people and encountered too many perspectives not to keep an open mind about these things. Oh, that's Brother Genitivi. I agree with him as well. End of the day, the Chantry does teach some good things, but you have to look at everything as it is. You can't just take Chantry interpretation of things every time. You know because it's sometimes it's not right. Anything else in the Chantry before we leave? No. Right. So we're gonna leave this episode here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, then please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you in the next episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. Thanks again, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.